Look, man, let's get right into it. You read the title. The law of attraction is for losers. If you actually want to alter your reality, you first must alter your state of consciousness. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. The law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of manifestation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is for absolute losers. If you actually want to alter your reality, you first must alter your state of consciousness. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? People have been telling me that the law of attraction is legit. People have been telling me that the law of assumption is legit. People telling me that manifestation actually works. Now you're telling me it's for absolute losers? Well, make that make sense. Relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that your perspective on reality derives from what plane of consciousness that you're operating from. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. The perspective of the reality you are existing in is all determined. It's all painted. This perspective is painted by the paintbrush depending on what plane of consciousness that you're operating on. But let me break that down even more. You see, consciousness can be seen as a pair of glasses. Whatever plane of consciousness that you're operating on is like having a red pair of glasses, a blue pair of glasses, a green pair of glasses. When you put on a green pair of glasses, everything in your reality turns green, right? Everything in your reality when you put on those red glasses turns red, right? That is the plane of consciousness that you're operating on, how it shifts your perspective of reality. You see, you cannot alter reality in the way that a lot of these law of attraction, law of assumption, manifestation dipshits and gurus will tell you. This thing is it's always changing. It is eternal. It is perfect. It is in a natural rhythm and a natural balance. Of course, you can apply your own pressure to get certain outcomes, but at the end of the day, the way you actually alter your reality is depending on your perspective of reality, and the way you shift your perspective on reality depends on what plane of consciousness that you're operating on. And when we talk about consciousness, I like to break it down within the realms of tantric yoga, within the realms of the chakra system. Now, when you hear about the word chakras, trust me, if you were like me back in the day, you think that's all bullshit, you think that's all new age spiritual nonsense. I'm sorry, man, because a lot of these new age retards out here on these different platforms degrade the true Eastern sciences of yoga, of the chakra system. So just hear me out. Your chakras are not just balls of light and energy and color that are on your spine. These are literally the nerve centers running through your nervous system, which of course runs through your spine. Your spine is seen in the yogic traditions as the central axis, the central column of consciousness. And science also backs this up because, of course, what is the brain connected to? The nervous system. The nervous system literally wraps around the spine. There are certain nerve bundles, nerve plexuses in those areas that we call chakras in the yogic tradition. And within these chakras, within these nerve bundles, is different planes of consciousness. You see, when you're angry, you're in a specific plane of consciousness. When you're stuck in survival mode, fight or flight, you're in a specific plane of consciousness. That is actually called the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, the base of the spine. And this chakra is all focused about preserving the ego, preserving the body. It's all about survival, fight or flight mode. What happens when you're fight or flight mode? Your body goes into a state of shock, of survival mode. It wants to keep you alive. It wants to keep this body alive, the blood alive. You've all felt it before. You've all been into a fight or flight mode. Maybe you got in a fight with someone in school. Maybe you've been in situations like a near-death experience. Your consciousness shifts into a specific gear that alters your perspective of reality. You might be walking down the street and somebody's chasing you after you with a knife. One moment you might be thinking about what fucking meal should I have when I get back home. And the next moment, when your consciousness drops to the Mulat Hara, you are focusing only on how can I fucking survive? How can I run away? Where's the next exit? Where is a place I can hide myself from with this guy running after me with a knife? You see what I'm saying? Your perspective on reality changes, but that was not you intentionally doing it. That was an external thing, an external event that caused you to shift your consciousness unconsciously, causing you to shift your perspective of life and alter your reality. You went from a guy excited to go cook a nice meal to now fucking running for your life. You altered your reality right there, but the external event did it. However, within the yogic traditions of Tantra, there are specific methods, practices, techniques and sadhanas to alter your consciousness, to shift up and down the spine on your own command. It is possible for you to drop your consciousness into the Muladhara whenever you want. It is possible for you to shift your consciousness up to the Svadhisthana chakra, the second chakra, whenever you want. The Manipura, the third chakra, whenever you want. The heart, the fourth chakra, whenever you want. Any plane of consciousness, you can shift and mold yourself into that mode, depending on how you want to operate in that moment with these specific practices. When you look at the law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of whatever the fuck this shit is, it's all a play that gives you this idea that if you write this stuff in your journal, you do this thing at night, you do that thing in the morning, you do affirmations, all these different types of things, that you will alter your reality. But most of them forget. Most of them don't even know. You can do all these tips, tools, and techniques, but until you alter your state of consciousness, you cannot shift your perspective on reality, and you cannot alter your reality. You're operating from the same plane still, motherfucker. You operating from the same plane. Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? And you might be wondering, okay, man, well, these practices that you're telling me in tantric yoga, they're supposed to shift your consciousness, and now the practice that you do with the law of attraction don't? Yes, I'm telling you that right now. Because the difference is, one is actually addressing your ascent and descent down the spine, down the planes of consciousness, while the other one is just more geared towards an external practice that is a placebo effect. Just because you do affirmations doesn't mean that you've altered your state of consciousness. Smoke some weed right now, that's altering your state of consciousness. Take some psychedelics right now, that's altering your state of consciousness. You feel the difference. Do a little meditation, do a specific practice, do a specific sadhana, because you gotta understand, this shit is a science. This is a cult anatomy right here. This ain't just some, woo-woo, wah-wah, new age nonsense. And that's why I'm saying the law of attraction is for losers. You ain't gonna win in this whole goal, in this whole arena of trying to alter your reality by just trying to assume that your reality, your dream reality, is already there in front of you. You see, even within the tantric traditions, within the yogic traditions, within the dharmic traditions, the goal of shifting your consciousness, exploring your consciousness, is not about manipulating the material world in a specific way for you to get a reward, to get a car, to get a girlfriend, that a lot of these law of attraction losers will talk about. They're preying off your insecurities, first of all, so wake up from that fucking nonsense. They know that you're lonely, they know that you want more money, they know all these things, and they say, if you watch this, if you do that, if you buy my program, if you do whatever the fuck, you're gonna get that girlfriend, you're gonna get this car, you're gonna get this money, you're gonna get your dream life. They're selling you a pill, a magic fucking pill. The dharmic traditions of yoga, the goal is not to get a specific goal. You're not trying to attract a specific partner or car or money. What you're trying to do is explore each and every single realm of consciousness within you and view how it alters the reality outside of you. As above, so below. You alter your consciousness from within. Watch how the world unfolds for you in this specific way. Because the whole goal, the whole path of the yogin is to inevitably go through each crack, each crevice of consciousness, explore it up and down, left and right, top to bottom, to understand their nature, to understand their essence. Because when you understand your essence, when you start to understand your nature, you start to understand your dharma. Your dharma is your destiny. Your dharma is your duty. Your dharma is what you've been designed by the motherfucking divine to do. Because I'm telling you right now, man, let's say you do this law of attraction nonsense. Let's say you stay a loser. Let's say you get the girlfriend. Let's say you get the car. Let's say you get the house. I promise you for a damn fact, you still ain't going to be fulfilled. For a damn fact, you ain't going to be fulfilled. You think that these material things are going to bring you true satisfaction of the soul. You lost in the sauce. You lost in the matrix, the mind, the illusion. And this is what the ascent through the different planes of consciousness shows you. You are not just this body. You are not just this brain. You are not just the soul either. You're all of them. And you need to have all of them working together as a unified self, mind, body, and soul, to truly live a life that is aligned to your dharma. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're yearning for. This law of attraction nonsense, you think that if you attract this, you attract that, then you'll be happy, then you'll be successful. I promise you, you won't. So what's the point of trying to attract all this? What's the point of trying to assume all this? Because you're going to want more and more and more and more. It's a bottomless pit. And this is why, guess who's selling all these, magic pills? It's the Western world. This is a westernized idea. Because the Western world runs off of consumerism and carnality. When you're operating from your lower planes of consciousness, when you're only thinking about survival, sex, and status, and you only want to attract that, survival, sex, status, biceps, bitches, Bugattis, money, cars, clothes, and hoes, partner, life partner, twin flame, whatever the fuck did you want to label it, you are living in a state where you're stuck, consciously speaking. You have a lid over your consciousness that is not allowing you to transcend any further. And when you live in a state like that, you live in slavery to your senses. Whatever your senses want, you're going to try to manifest and attract and this and that. You are not in control. You are not in the driver's seat of your own consciousness, because you are stuck only in the sensual planes of consciousness. So your reality is only geared towards getting more and more material things. Let's keep it a buck here, man. All the manifestation people that watch all these videos and, do all these different tools and gadgets and all that shit, what do they want? They want material things. And there's nothing wrong with material things. But when that becomes your God, when that becomes your only goal in life, and it's not aligned to your dharma, it don't matter how much of these material things that you get. There are billionaires out there with all the money, cars, clothes, and hoes that you can even imagine. You can't even fathom. Yet they still self-delete themselves on a day-to-day basis. Why is that? They're not living in alignment to their dharma. They're stuck in this westernized idea of the more material things you have, the happier you'll be. The more material things you have, the more successful you'll be. For some people, that is their dharma. But for most people, that is not their dharma. That is not their destiny. It's like saying, hey man, a bird has to go learn how to swim. No matter how good it gets at swimming, it's not meant to swim, motherfucker. It's not meant to swim. Okay, man, let's take this fish and train it how to walk on land. Doesn't matter how much it motherfucking flops up and down the sand on land. You dig what I'm saying? That's a bar, write it down. It's not meant to do that. It's not designed to do that. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? The Western world uses this placebo. They use your insecurities to get you hooked onto this manifestation, law of attraction nonsense, law of assumption nonsense that pulls you further and further into the realms of carnality and consumerism. The realms of Shakti, aka the divine feminine force that pulls your consciousness downwards and outwards. Downwards and outwards. You're stuck operating only half of what you could actually access. If you actually want to alter your reality, if you actually want to live in alignment with the true path that brings you fulfillment, you need to alter your consciousness in a way where it can start to raise and ascend up the spine. And as you raise and ascend up the spine, you become less material, less focused on the material, less focused on the dense, less focused on the gross. And when I say gross, I'm not talking about ew, gross. I'm talking about the gross body, the blood body, the physical body. You become less focused and oriented towards that, and more focused and oriented and aligned to the subtle, to the spirit. This is what people are lacking in today's day and age. They're trying to manifest, they're trying to attract, they're trying to do all this shit just to get more material to what? Appease and please the blood body. And there's nothing wrong, again, with survival sex or status. There's nothing wrong with biceps, bitches, or Bugattis. There's nothing wrong with money, car, clothes, or hoes. But when that becomes your only pursuit in life, and you abandon your dharma, you abandon your destiny, I'm telling you, you're gonna pay the price. And the price is living a life where you're stuck on the hamster wheel of hedonism. You might attract everything. You might have all these, gadgets that you do to attract whatever the hell. But are you actually living in alignment to what brings your soul satisfaction? Fuck no, you're not, because you don't even know. You must release this need, this incessant craving for attracting this, attracting that, attracting this, because that's putting you in a state of lack. And you can tell me, oh man, no, the law of assumption, you think that you already have these things, so then it just comes to you. You're operating on the same plane of consciousness still, bro. You're still operating in a state where you are incessantly needing external things. Your energy, your consciousness being pulled downwards and outwards. I don't care if you can assume that you have that shit, your consciousness is still being pulled downwards and outwards, because that's the plane that it's in. The higher three chakras of the Vishuddhi, of the Ajna, of the Sahasrara. This is all, again, yogic terminology. I'm talking about the throat, I'm talking about the third eye, and I'm talking about the crown. The throat is associated with the mind, the intellect. The Ajna is associated with intuition, the psychic plane. Again, mind, psyche, spirit. It's the in-between point of the mind and of the spirit. And of course, the Sahasrara, the crown, is all about the spirit. When your consciousness is more rooted towards there, those chakras, through practices, through routines, through sadhnas, through tips and techniques, you start to pull your energy and consciousness inwards and upwards. And the closer and closer you get to that source of the spirit, the more and more you start to reveal what's underneath all of this. What's underneath all of this? Because this is temporary, bro. I'm telling you right now, this is temporary. You ain't going to keep it forever. The body and brain are supposed to be tools to help you actually realize your dharma, to actually pursue your divine purpose. You don't know what that divine purpose or dharma is. Actually, you do know, you just fucking forgot it. Right now, I'm seeing the sun covered up by clouds. I know that the sun is there. It was just beaming on me a couple minutes ago in this video. covered up by clouds. There's not a damn single ray of sunshine coming out of that. But I know for a damn fact it's still there. I'm not like, oh shit, we lost the sun. The sun is like your dharma. The sun is like your true self. The sun is that knowledge, that gnosis from the soul, from the spirit that you can't find in books, you can't find in the external world, you can't find a podcast. Nobody can tell you what it is. This is internal knowledge that can only be accessed from within. That's still there. You just forgot what it is. You're stuck in a state of spiritual amnesia because your consciousness is only focused on the material. Yes, you can say that you're a spiritual person, do all these weird things, and new age spiritual nonsense, law of attraction, this and that is a spiritual practice. But at the end of the day, you're living solely for the body. And again, the body is not evil, the brain is not evil, but the brain and body were meant to help you as tools to pursue the spirit's purpose. Because your dharma is the thing that will bring you true fulfillment. And your dharma is that knowledge that is accessed within each plane of consciousness that you explore and alters your reality, gives you a piece of the puzzle of what your dharma is. When you get to the top, that's when you put it all together. That is called the right-hand path in these tantric traditions, referred to as Dakshinachara. Your whole goal is to explore each plane of consciousness, not get stuck at any one of them, but continue to ascend. And the more that you ascend, it's like opening up those clouds, opening up the rain, opening up the snow that's covering up the sun. The sun is that illuminating source of knowledge, gnosis, that reveals to you what it is that you truly are beyond the brain and body, and most importantly, what it is that you were brought here to do, aside from just stimulating the senses. Because all that law of attraction shit, again, let's keep it a buck, let's keep it a bean, let's keep it a stack like a $100 bill. It's to satisfy your senses. You're trying to manifest shit that pleases the ego. You're trying to manifest shit that brings you contentment with the body. But again, it is a bottomless pit. It'll never stop. Then you want to manifest this, you want to manifest that, you want to manifest this. You are not altering your reality. You're stuck within the matrix still. You're stuck within the Maya. You're stuck within the illusion because you're playing the game that you always lose. That's what I'm saying. The law of attraction is for losers. You always lose. You might gain things, but you're losing in the grand scheme of things because you're losing in the sense of your dharma. You're abandoning it. So guess what? When your body perishes, your soul is still carrying that dharma, is still carrying that karma. It's got to go on another cycle of samsara, aka the wheel of reincarnation. The only way for you to be truly liberated is by living in alignment to your dharma. The only way for you to truly alter your reality is by living in alignment to your dharma. The only way that you truly can find fulfillment is by living in alignment to your dharma. But again, it's covered up by clouds, it's covered up by karmas. Karmas are not just good deeds, good things will happen, bad deeds, bad things will happen. I'm talking about the compulsions that keep your consciousness stuck in a certain plane. And in this case, the law of attraction is a karma because it's keeping you stuck in those planes. You see what I'm saying? It's keeping you stuck in incessantly needing dopamine, incessantly needing external validation, excessively needing the external world to bring you happiness. But again, that's an illusion. The external world is not bad, it's not evil. Again, don't get it twisted, don't get it fucked up. What I'm saying is, when it becomes your boss, when you cannot find the stillness and true spiritual ecstasy within yourself, that's when you're a slave. You know, go look at the yogis, the sages, the sadhus, the monks, the mystics. They're butt-ass naked in caves, meditating all day, and they're more blissful than the billionaire with all the fucking money, cars, clothes, and hoes. How is that possible? One is a living in alignment to their dharma. The other is living in alignment to what the world says is successful. One has explored each plane of consciousness and realized their dharma, which is to be a sage, to be a sadhu, to be a yogi. And the other one has always stayed stuck within the realms of sensuality that the world around you wants to keep you stuck in. Because let's keep it a buck here, man. The Maya, the matrix, the illusion, the material world around you, society as a whole, again, is running off of consumerism and carnality. They feed off your energy. They feed off of your attention. They feed off of your prana. When your prana is sent downwards and outwards to them, they feed off of that. They feed off of that. Not only monetarily do they feed off of that, because they're selling you, oh man, law of attraction, this, and that. Now you have a car that you got to pay for. Now you got a girlfriend that you got to pay for. Now you got this that you got to pay for. All these things, not only do they benefit monetarily by keeping you stuck in that consumerism mindset, oh man, I'm not going to be happy until I get this. You're stuck in compulsion, but also at the same time, they are keeping your mind molded as a mere cog in their machine. You're easily manipulatable because your view of success is what they told you is successful. That's why you want to attract this. You want to attract that. But dharmically, what's going to make you more fulfilled in life, the most fulfilled in life, might not be what they say. Maybe having that big house, having that nice car, having this wife with this fancy house is not part of your dharma. And there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it is. You don't know for sure if it is. You're just guessing. You're just hoping it is. Everybody's hoping it is. Unconsciously, they're just hoping that this is going to bring them happiness. School, house, wife, job, kids, retire, die. That conveyor belt matrix shit. And then we see on the other side, biceps, bitches, Bugattis. All men are just being pulled in both different directions by the external world telling them what is successful in life. And now they want to use all these woo-wah, new age spiritual nonsense tactics to actually address those needs and wants. You didn't even choose it. Most of your dreams and desires are not even yours, motherfucker. Your dharma is yours no matter what, because this is a path that's going to bring you the most fulfillment in life, but also, most importantly, it's going to help you play your role within this cosmic symphony of life, within this universal melody of life. Life is like a song. Everybody has a specific role, a specific note that they're meant to play. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. You're supposed to play that note. Nobody else can play that note. That is your dharma. That is your destiny. That is what you're meant to do. It's going to bring you most fulfillment, but also upholds the cosmic order of life. The cosmic order of life. You have forgotten that. That's why you chase dopamine. That's why you chase external things. Because when you're living in alignment to your dharma, you don't give a damn. You become unfazed. I'm not saying ups and downs don't happen in your life, but you are fully aligned to who it is that you are and what it is that you're brought here to do. You can't be thrown off your path. The path is the path. Right now you're being pulled in other people's path and you're trying to attract and manifest the bullshit that comes with it. If you actually want to alter your reality, I'm telling you right now, and live in alignment to your dharma, you first must alter your consciousness. You must rise up the spine. You must go through each crack and crevice, through each plane, each chakra, to get that piece of the puzzle of your dharma. And then once you get to the top of the mountain, of the spine, you put the whole puzzle together. And that puzzle gives you that knowledge. When you put it all out, it spells out your destiny. And when you come back down the mountain, you apply all of that knowledge, all of that gnosis. This is called the left-hand path of Vamachara within Tantric Yoga. You see, this is a whole different fucking game that we playing over here, man. This ain't no law of attraction, new age nonsense. This is some ancient disciplines. This is some ancient knowledge. This is some esoteric sauce that not many people know about. Not many people know about this shit. The whole journey that you must first undertake is the journey of the right hand. The journey of self-mastery. The journey of ascending your consciousness up the spine. Again, the nervous system, those nerve bundles, and alter your consciousness through each and every single plane. Because once you go through each one of these planes and you're not stuck there, because when you're in a specific plane and you're not allowed to shift, it's because there is a, basically, you know, those chains around your fucking ankle that they have in like these old movies, like there's like a big weighted chain ball hanging off of it and you got to drag that bitch around. That's happening to your consciousness. There's certain compulsions, there's certain karmas that pull you down. It keeps you stuck there. In the Muladhara, in the Svadhisthana, in the Manipura is the main karmic compulsions people are stuck in today's day and age, because we are living in what? Kali Yuga within the yogic traditions. Again, yugas are cycles of time. Time in this cosmology doesn't go linear, it goes in cycles. The cycle that we're in right now is called Kali Yuga, where basically what that means is your consciousness, when you spawn, like you're playing Call of Duty, when you spawn, you land in at Tilted Towers where you're playing Fortnite, you spawn, your consciousness spawns in the lower planes of consciousness. You are stuck, rooted in the blood, in the body. You believe that's all that you are. You don't know that there's a spirit. You don't know that there's a psyche there. You don't know that there's higher planes and states of consciousness. And then as you go throughout life, society programs you in a specific way that starts to form that chain and that ball, that weight, that dead karmic weight that keeps you stuck there forever. Keeps you stuck in consumerism, carnality. Keeps you stuck in chasing after all these different types of things, but now you're trying to do it from a spiritual perspective with law of attraction. You see, you're still stuck. The right-hand path is all about renouncing those karmic compulsions that are keeping you stuck. Not because we view it as bad, not because we view it as evil, but we know that it's keeping us stuck. There are poisons right now for you. Survival, sex, and status might be a poison for you right now because it's keeping your conscience stuck. You're not in control. The external world is in control. Shakti is in control. Your conscience is being pulled downwards and outwards. That's the Shakti current. That's the divine feminine principle, always causing you to act, thinking that you'll finally find happiness through this process, which the law of attraction, again, feeds off of. The law of assumption feeds off of. You're putting in a state of lack. You might assume yourself out of that, but still, you want an outcome in the external world to make you happy. That's a karmic compulsion. Each one of these planes of consciousness, you will address a karmic compulsion that you must overcome with specific practices. A good one for the survival mechanism of the Muladhara, fasting. A great one for the pleasure seeking of the Svadhisthana, celibacy. A great one for the Manipura, the need for status, detachment. There's all these different types of practices that allow you to break that chain and ascend to the next one. And then you'll be addressing another chain. You break that one, and then you break that one. But each time you break it, you access a piece of that puzzle of your Dharma. And as you continue to go up the spine, go up each plane, it's like you're putting all the infinity stones together. Now, when you're at the top, when you have gone beyond the brain and body, where you have accessed fourth state super consciousness called Turaya, which is what awaits you at the peak of the summit, at the peak of this mountain of self-mastery, referred to as the non-dual point, where you go beyond the brain and body, go beyond desires. What's left for you is that sun. All the clouds are gone, and it's just you, your consciousness, and the sun, your Dharma, your true nature. It spells it out, what it is that you're brought here to do. And now you walk down the left-hand path, and address all of that. Everything that we talk about over here on this channel, the second channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping you on that motherfucking game so you can access all this goddamn game. Oh, my bad. So you can elevate on every single plane. You dig what I'm saying? My bad. Mess up my own fucking tagline. All the stuff that we talk about here on this channel is all about the right-hand path of renunciation and how to actually alter your reality through altering your consciousness through the ascent up the spine. That's what we address here. Every single thing that we talk about here is oriented towards that. And the main goal, what I'm trying to go for, what I'm leading people towards, is for them to access each part of their true nature, each part of their Dharma, to fully put it all together, and they can live alignment and live a life that is fully in lockstep to their Dharma, to their destiny. They don't have to law of attraction this, law of attraction that. Whatever is meant for them on the path of destiny comes to them, and they enjoy it with full ecstasy, because they're no longer in a state, in a need for incessant physical desires. The Dharma brings them more bliss, brings them divine bliss, divine nectar that dopamine can never, replace. It can't even compare. All this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, over on the main channel. Matter of fact, if you don't know about the main channel yet, my boy, you're missing out. Because like I've been saying, man, this channel right here is my second channel. The Philosopher Files, where again, we're out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping you all that motherfucking game. So you're out here looking like a lame, you dig what I'm saying. All of our content over here, we do it long form, no cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome like we're basically on FaceTime together. Like my own podcast out here in nature. If you enjoy this style, again, this is what we cook up over on the second channel, The Philosopher Files. But if you want to see another side of the coin, that's what the main channel is all about, where we do all of our content nice, clean, cut, and edited. We got the scripts, we got the nice music, the sound effects. It's like you basically watching a goddamn movie every time you tap in with a main channel video. We're still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, of the right-hand path, but from a different angle. It's two sides to the same coin. So maybe you enjoy this channel more, maybe you enjoy that channel more, maybe you just like getting both sides of the coin and the best of both worlds. But you ain't gonna know if you don't tap in with the main channel, aka The Philosopher. You can find a link to the main channel within the description box of this video. Just click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, subscribe, and get up on some motherfucking game, my guy. So you're out here looking like a lame, my guy. So much content over there too as well, man. So enjoy all of that. And again, in the description box, you'll find a link right over to that main channel. And underneath the link to the main channel, within the description box, is a link to my Instagram. If you ever want to talk about these different types of topics, if you want to chop it up about these different types of concepts, my DMs are always open, man. Do not be shy, slide, shoot your shot. Not like that. I don't slide like that. But hit your boy up with a message, and we'll talk about all these things, man. Do not be shy. Again, follow me over there, connect with me over there, get up on some game that we're posting on over on that platform as well. Again, description box down below, the main channel and the Instagram. Definitely go run it up on both of those. But like I was saying, man, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, all the stuff that we talk about over on the main channel, The Philosopher, all the stuff that we talk about on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, we got to take a quick pause right here, right now. Because I got to give a shout out to the fucking private Patreon community. Look, man. Most people have already left this video. Most people have already clicked off this video. Most people can't handle the heat that I'm bringing with every one of these songs. Not songs, what the fuck? Every one of these videos. Some people can't handle the heat. But you still here. You are still here, motherfucker. Because you're what I like to call a spiritual savage. If you watch my videos, if you can watch it this far, all the way through, you are a spiritual savage. You're not on some new age spiritual nonsense. You're not on some self-improvement bullcrap. You're a spiritual savage. You're someone who's serious about this path to self-mastery. You're someone who's a true aspirant of unlocking their dharma, unlocking their destiny. You're not trying to do this law of attraction shit just to remain a slave to the matrix. You're trying to alter your reality by altering your consciousness to inevitably live in alignment to your dharma. If you're one of those motherfuckers, well, I'm guessing that you are because you made it this far, because I brought it down, I'm gonna need you to take a quick pause for me and find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car window. Stare through that car window, look at them, making them uncomfortable. Do whatever you gotta do. Stare into that shit. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your phone. Take a good, hard look in that mirror for me, my guy. Come on now, I'll wait. I can wait all day. I can wait all day. Because I need you to realize that man that's staring right into your eyes, that's staring right into your soul, come on, man, look at him. Take a good mental picture. Let it really marinate in your motherfucking mind. Let it really sink in to your motherfucking psyche. You're doing him, not me. That man that's staring right into your eyes and right into your soul when you look into that mirror, a huge disfavor by not joining up into this private Patreon community yet. Because again, if you're a true spiritual savage, you're a true spiritual aspirant, you're actually walking up this mountain of self-mastery, you are completely missing out on all the game and all the sauce that we're dropping over on the private Patreon community. Because look, man, if you enjoy this content, if you enjoy the content over on my main channel, your mind is going to be blown with the in-depth knowledge that we're breaking down over on the private Patreon community. I'm talking about exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel, on the main channel, matter of fact, anywhere else on the internet. Because this is some real deal game, real deal sauce to help you elevate on every single plane. You dig what I'm saying? Really uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen, my boy. And again, you get access to all this treasure trove of exclusive content by joining up as a private Patreon community. But that's not it. You'll also get access to all of our full guides, all of our in-depth occult lectures, all of our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right. The philosopher, not the philosopher, the Philosopher's Circle, aka our inner circle community, where essentially you'll be invited to our private group chat, where you'll be surrounded with other spiritual savages, other like-minded men who are walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you, who are overcoming these karmic compulsions that's keeping their consciousness stuck, rooted in those lower planes that are only focused on, survival sex status. If you're ready to break free from that, these individuals, a part of this community, are going to hold you accountable because they want to see you elevate, literally, consciously speaking, and most importantly, hit the top of the summit and liberate yourself. This ain't just a group chat, by the way. This is a brotherhood that we tap in with each other on bi-weekly mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Not only do you get access to the group chat, but you also get access to where we do all of our bi-weekly mastermind live calls. We hop on a live call with me as well as the community of like-minded men who are also walking up this mountain of self-mastery with you, allowing you to get personalized guidance, again, be held accountable, and be around other individuals who are operating on these higher states of consciousness with these higher aspirations. Because let's keep it a buck here, man. You've all heard the saying that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. If you hang around with 5 people that are focused on law of attraction or, focus only on the material pursuits, and again, they're not evil, they're not bad, but they're stuck in the matrix, they're stuck in consumerism, they're stuck in carnality, they're not living in alignment to their dharma, you're gonna be the 6th motherfucker a part of that squad. But if you want to actually ascend, you got to be around the other spiritual savages, man. You got to be around true aspirants. And this is what this community is all about, my guy. If you're truly serious about this path, I'm telling you, the Philosopher's Circle is the place to be, my guy. I can 100% guarantee you that. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box. Again, description box is where you'll find a link to my main channel and my Instagram. I'm talking about in the comment section, you'll find the comment that's pinned up by me. First one right there. Click that link. You'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can join up as a member of the private Patreon community, but also check out the other links to the other services I provide, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program. Because look, man, if you're someone who's truly serious about this journey of ascension and evolution, consciously speaking, this is the coaching program for you. Because look, not only will you be working with me directly one-on-one, mano-a-mano, on this journey of ascending and essentially disintegrating, detoxing, and detaching from all these degenerate habits that are pulling your consciousness downwards and disallowing you from realizing your dharma. But also, you'll be getting a curated, personalized approach with specific practices on how you can make this ascent up this mountain using the esoteric science of self-mastery. If you're someone who's ready to really take your life to the next level, to actually alter your reality in a manner where you are living in alignment to your dharma, I'm telling you, man, this is the personalized coaching program for you. Because not only do we speak about this whole process of detaching from all these things that are breaking or that are pulling you away from your dharma, from your destiny, all those karmic compulsions, but most importantly, we start to access and understand, better yet understand, all those pieces of the puzzle to realize who it is that you're brought here to be and what it is that you're brought here to do. What's going to bring you the most fulfillment? If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, living in the cycle of consumerism, carnality, I'm telling you, man, this is the coaching program for you. Shoot your boy an application by clicking that link again, and we'll see if your entry meets the qualifications and criteria for this program. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track, that's what we got our consultation call booking link for too as well. You can just book that, and we'll definitely hop on a call together to see where are you maybe lacking in certain areas when it comes to this journey of altering your consciousness to inevitably alter your reality in a manner where it's aligned to your dharma, to your destiny, motherfucker. But again, all that good stuff posted in the pinned comment of this video. Click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can pick and choose whether it's the joining up into the Philosopher's Circle, applying for the coaching program, booking a consultation call, whatever it is. You can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you. But like I was saying, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, over on the main channel, especially on the private Patreon community, and especially within my personalized coaching program, is all about this right-hand path of self-mastery. This whole journey of getting rid of these compulsions that are keeping your consciousness stuck, rooted in its lower planes, where all it can focus on, all your perspective of reality is those red glasses, those green glasses or blue glasses. You can't see orange, you can't see yellow, you can't see gray, you can't see none of that shit. Purple, blue, all that shit, you can't see these colors. And you cannot see yourself as something beyond just a brain and body, because you're stuck, consciously speaking, in that manner. You can't see the world in a manner that is beyond just the pursuit of survival, sex, and status. If you are ready to break free out of that, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being stuck in those states, the law of attraction ain't gonna fucking help you. The law of assumption ain't gonna fucking help you. It's not. It's, matter of fact, gonna keep you there. It's a stronger pull to keep you there. What you need is the journey of self-mastery. Is the journey of overcoming those compulsions that is keeping your consciousness there. And it's not easy. By no means is it easy. There's so many poisons. There's so many compulsions that you've been unconsciously dragging around. Like, you don't even know how much karmic weight that you've been dragging on each leg. It's a fucking ton. It's a whole lot of it, man. But through those practices, through the journey of rooting yourself in a certain plane and overcoming and, exploring and seeing, this is the thing that's holding me back. That's the thing holding me back. That's the whole thing holding me back. And then inevitably applying the principles to break free from them. It's not easy, but this is what's going to bring you towards where you actually always wanted to go. You see, you've been tricked into believing that if you attract this, attract that, manifest this, manifest that, that you'll be happy. I'm telling you, not going to happen. You just want to feel fulfilled. And you have been tricked into believing, you've been fooled, you've been bamboozled by the external world to believe that if you get this, if you get that, you'll find happiness. And I don't blame you, because that's what they've taught us, all of us. But you've been in positions where you've had this, you've had that. Still not fulfilled. And how can I tell you're not fulfilled? How can you tell you're not fulfilled? You want more. You want more. 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 Come on, man. I'm doing dance moves out here. You always want more. It's a bottomless pit. When you live in life in alignment to your dharma, whatever happens, happens. Either way, you're fulfilled. Win or loss. There's no win or loss anymore. There's no success or failure. There's nothing. It's just dharma. That's when you become a god walking amongst men. A god doesn't experience failure and it doesn't experience wins. God is just experiencing. It's beyond the dualistic plane. You're living in duality where I don't have this, I need that to be happy. The more that you break free from that, because again, what is pulling you there? It's the bodily desires. That Shakti force that's pulling you downwards and outwards, consciously speaking. The more you can detach from that and get closer to Shiva. I'm not talking about the deities too. I'm talking about the planes of consciousness, the principles of consciousness. That pulls your consciousness inwards and upwards. The less bodily desires that you are being controlled by, and the more that you can hear the whispers of your soul telling you what is it you're about here to do. But a lot of people get stuck there too. A lot of people get stuck there too. You won't get stuck there for right now. You haven't even touched those realms yet. But that's the process of then, once you hear it, once you got that message, it's time to come back down the mountain and then reintegrate yourself back into the body. Because again, the body and brain are meant to be tools to help you actually manifest your dharma. That's what you want to manifest. Not manifest a girlfriend, manifest this, manifest that. All that shit is byproducts. Cool. You get a car, house, clothes, hose, whatever it is. But you're still unfulfilled. What's the point? Imagine you're fulfilled and everything is just a cherry on top. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. That's the dharma. The dharma is the cake. Let the icing on top afterwards. Let the icing get on top afterwards. Build the cake first. That's why I'm saying the law of attraction is for losers, because you're losing at the end of the game. You're losing at the end result. And the loss that we're talking about here is the lack, is the state of consciousness that you're in, where you're still a slave to your senses, where you're still a slave to consumerism. Just because you got a Lamborghini, just because you got a hot girlfriend, just because you got a nice house, doesn't mean you've won shit. You might win in the eyes of society, but that's the issue. You're playing a game that's not even yours. You're winning a game that you never chose to play. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares if I'm winning a game that I'm not really supposed to be playing? That's what I'm talking about, how the law of attraction is for losers. You're playing a game and might be winning that game, the material game, the matrix game, but you winning that game is keeping you stuck in that game. You actually winning in life is breaking free from that game and playing the one that you're meant to play. Getting in your lane and playing your motherfucking game. You dig what I'm saying? That's a bar. Write it down. God damn it, man. God damn. It's a whole different process to get to that point, though. To realize what is the game that I'm meant to play. That is the ascent up the spine. Now, when you realize what's the game that you're meant to play, you've altered your reality completely. Completely. You're no longer stuck in the life that you were living in before. You've created your own. You're following the blueprint that you're meant to live. And that is powerful. That is the most powerful state. That's when you're accessing Godhood. When you access Godhood, that's when you play your own game. You create your own reality. And the reality has already been written for you. It's a divine blueprint within your soul, up in the higher planes of consciousness. You got to find out what that is. But what's blocking you is those karmas pulling you down. So this is the whole journey of what? Dissolving your karmas to discover your dharma. Everything that I talk about, again, here on this channel, on the main channel, on the private Patreon community, within my personalized coaching program, all that stuff, again, pin comment this video on the main channel, on my Instagram, again, description box. All of this is aimed at helping men dissolve their karmas to inevitably discover their dharma. Everything. And what I'm saying right now, I'm not making this shit up. I did not create the esoteric science of self-mastery. The ascended masters, the great sages from the East, the Aryan traditions, have laid down the blueprint for how mankind can live back into alignment with the divine. What I'm doing, my dharma, my destiny, for the time being, is to help revive this ancient knowledge, revive this ancient wisdom, and make it more practical, make it more applicable for the modern day man just like you, so you can plug it back into your life. I'm just here breaking this shit down like a brick for y'all. But I'm not making this shit up, bro. I'm not making this shit up. I'm just the conduit. I'm just the messenger. The message is eternal. Dharma is eternal. It's never been born and it never will die. It has been forgotten, and it's my job as a philosopher to bring it back to the best of my abilities. For the spiritual aspirants, the spiritual savage that I'm talking to you right now, for you guys to apply into your lives. Again, I did not make any of this stuff up. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that I'm saying has already been said and done. You see what I'm saying? So if you fucking with this content, just remember, you fuck with the message. The Dharma is talking to your soul. Just the way that I spit it, the way that I break it down might finally click for you. At the end of the day, forget the messenger. Focus on the message. Maybe the way that I spin it for y'all is the only way that you can understand it. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that the Dharma is speaking to you through me. The Dharma, the eternal essence, the eternal knowledge is speaking to you through me. And it's speaking to your soul. Because if you made it this far into the video, I always say this, the people that watch this channel, aka the second channel, the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? You guys are more spiritually and psychologically advanced than the masses of society. I always say this, you're the 1% of the population that's not suffering from brain rot. Most people can't watch or listen to a video for this long, and you add on top of that the density of these different types of topics that we talk about over here. Oh, it's going right over most people's heads. But you're still here. Why is that? Why is that? Again, man, I know I'm entertaining and I know I look good, but you did not just watch me out here in the field, in the flesh, no cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome, just yapping out here for a damn near hour straight because of that. No, because you resonate with the message. The Dharma is speaking to your soul through me. Through me. I'm just that conduit. I'm just that source that it funnels through. And the reason why you're still here is because that dharmic message is resonating with you. It's speaking to your soul, telling you that you're ready. It's time to walk up the right-hand path, to renounce, to get over these karmic compulsions that's holding you back from realizing your dharma. It's telling you that the law of attraction is telling you that all this incessant need for the external world is holding you back from your true potential, from true bliss, from true fulfillment. If you're somebody that is watching this right now, that made it this far, I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know all the background story, maybe some of your karmic compulsions have been dissolved in past lives that put you in a better position in this life to receive the message of Dharma, but you gotta understand that this ain't a joke, this ain't a game. You getting this game to your motherfucking brain for a reason. For a reason. But it don't mean shit to just understand this. It don't mean shit to just have the knowledge that's up in your brain. You need to turn that understanding into understanding. You must turn that knowledge into gnosis. You must go from the head to the heart, and the only way you can do that, the only way you can make that transition is through first-hand experience. You must actually master the self. You can't just listen to me talking about the esoteric science of self-mastery. You must actually apply the principles that we talk about here. It ain't enough to just listen to my next video, next video, next video, next video. You need to apply the knowledge. You need to apply these practices. You need to apply these principles. Because right now you just have the potential to become a great yogin who's living life in alignment to their dharma. You have the potential to do that. This incarnation might be your one-way ticket to spiritual liberation, but you, by not taking action, are essentially letting it slip away towards spiritual degeneration. Let that marinate into your mind. This incarnation could be your one-way ticket to punch it in. Punch in your path to spiritual liberation. But if you stay stuck in these karmic compulsions, it's just going to be another spin on the cycle of samsara that inevitably leads to spiritual degeneration. Don't waste this incarnation. Don't waste this position that you're in. Maybe the next incarnation that you have, you don't watch my videos. You don't get the dharmic message. Now you fucked, bro. Now you fucked. So it don't mean it's shit if you just watch the next video, not watch the next video. You know, self-improvement nerds who watch video after video after video, read book after book after book when it comes to self-help, yet never apply that knowledge, never apply that wisdom. We call them mental masturbators. Well, I'm calling you, yes, you motherfucker, a spiritual masturbator. If all you're doing is just consuming this knowledge, but never applying the wisdom that comes along with it. You need to walk up the right-hand path, self-master yourself. I can't do it. I don't know what your dharma is, but what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. And again, that's what we break down over here on this channel, the main channel. If you're trying to go even deeper and more in depth That's what we got the Philosopher's Circle for within the private Patreon community. If you're trying to get more direct, that's what we got the coaching program for. That's what we got the consultation calls for. Again, pin comment this video. But there's no excuse for you to remain stuck in this law of attraction, law of this, law of that nonsense and fuckery. If you actually want to alter your reality, you must alter your state of consciousness, because what happens when you ascend your consciousness? You get closer to your Dharma. When you get fully realized of your Dharma, you break the game that you have been forced to play, and you finally start to playing the one that you've been designed by the motherfucking divine to play. That's altering your reality. That shit, getting a new car, getting new clothes, ain't altering your reality. You're still playing the same game. You're still circling around the same hedonistic hamster wheel, and you're gonna need more and more and more and more. What's the point of that? You're gonna lose at the end of the day. If you want to be a winner, the Dharma is the trophy that awaits you. Few people will make it, but if you made this far into the video, that's a clear sign that I better be seeing your motherfucking ass at the top of the mountain of self-mastery. But let's end it off right there, boys. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains, and I'm out of here. Peace.